Hello, Umut here. Welcome to another art journal video. This is my second art journal of the year that I designed for Christmas. I love this time of the year, so I want to create as many projects as I can when I have the chance. I have this Lawn Fawn Christmas stamp set with fairies in it. So I thought it would be really cute to create a little fairy village with a Christmas touch on it. First, I'm going to create a night sky for my background, so I'm selecting some distress inks to create this background. I will list all the supplies down below at the description area together with the colors I used for this night sky and everything else. Colors I selected for this are Salty Ocean, Blueprint Sketch, Faded Jeans, Black Suit and Dusty Concord. I'm starting with the lightest color, which is Salty Ocean, and I'm going to slowly build up the colors going to the darker. It's going to take some time, and you may think in the middle, oh, it looks really blotchy and not so nice, but believe me, keep going, keep building the colors, and in the end you will see that you will be happy with it. You will see that I am first touching the table before I put the ink on my notebook. You may find it weird, what is she doing there? First of all, I'm not touching with ink on my beautiful white table. There's a transparent craft mat that I am using under this notebook. I really like this craft sheet. I got it from IKEA. It's really cheap, and also I can wipe off all the ink and paint really easily. Coming to the reason why I'm touching first somewhere else with the ink is, sometimes when I apply the ink directly on the notebook after just taking the color, sometimes it becomes blotchy. When you touch somewhere else, either a paper or your craft mat, it takes the first amount of ink, so it becomes more smooth when you apply to the notebook. So that's why I am first touching somewhere else and then applying on my notebook. As I go along, you will see that I will switch to Blueprint Sketch, Faded Jeans, which is a darker color. I will apply some Dusty Concord here and there, which is the purple color. And then I will go over everything with Black Suit to even make it a darker sky. In the end, as you see, it looks perfectly fine, like a night sky. I'm really happy with it. Next, I'm going to create my stars. I'm using this Crafters Workshop stencil with beautiful stars on it. This is my favorite by far when it comes to stars. I have many stencils, but I love this the most. And I am applying it with white modeling paste. It looks super nice. I don't care much about the bottom because I'm going to cover the bottom with the village elements anyway. Next, I'm going to create some heels. I'm using two sets of dies here to create them. One is from Lawn Fawn, one is from Dynamics. I'm going to just cut some heels with my Sizzix machine with white cardstock. I'm just adjusting the heels on my notebook where I want things to go. Then I am cutting the ones that are going to come in the middle of the closing area. I want my heels to look like they are covered with snow, but sparkly snow, so I am using some fine glitter here. This is by Stampendous. I want to cover my heels with strong adhesive, so I am using this scoring tape here. I'm just going to tape it over the heels, then cut it with the shape of the heels. When I reveal the adhesive and then put glitter on it, the glitter will definitely stick to the heels and look like snow. I'm just making sure it sticks. And here it is, looking all sparkly and nice. I'm going to do the rest on my own, of course not to bore you. And here they are. I'm just trying to decide where they will go, and then I will stick them on my page. I was using gel medium just to stick the hills, but I realized I used distress inks, so they move with the gel medium. So not to make a mess further and ruin my snowbanks, I decided to seal the distress ink. I'm using distress microglaze here. When you use this product over the distress inks, it seals them and they don't move anymore with water or anything else. So it's great to have it handy, not to ruin rest of your projects. Now I can comfortably stick my snowbanks. I will add the dimension on the ones that are at the front, so I'm sticking them with foam tape, and I will stick the ones at the back flat. Now I'm going to use this really cute stamp set and matching dies to create my fairies and the rest of the village houses. Since I want to have a village with many houses, I will take this house stamp and stamp it on my card many times. I'm going to use my Copic markers to give color to the houses. I will use 3 shades of browns for the body of the house. Try to give shading when you color images on your art journals. It really makes them look much more realistic, and it gives the depth that you would want to have. I am also coloring the windows with yellow. I'm just blending the 3 colors back and forth, as you see. Then I'm going to use the matching die cut and have my house. Here it is, looking very cute. Now I have many others to do on my own again, and I'll meet you later. And in the end, all that effort paid off. I have many houses here. Now it's time to stamp the fairies and color them. And I'm going to stamp many mushrooms. I want to decorate the floors with mushrooms as well. And I will use Copic markers to color my fairies and mushrooms as well. But I'm not going to show all that this time. Now it's time to stick all the elements on the page. After all that cutting, coloring, this is the time I like the most. I will start with my houses first. Again, for the houses I want a little bit dimension, so I am using foam tape for some of them to stick. For the ones at the back, I'm going to stick them flat, so I'm using gel medium. Next, the fairies. I'm sticking them with the tape. And a little magic wand. And I wanted to add another detail for the mushrooms. I'm going to give them snow as well, but this time with embossing. I'm just using my Versamark embossing pen that has the embossing ink. It's really good to have to apply to little areas. Then I'm using my wow embossing powder in sparkling snow. Also, I use the little die cuts in the die set to create some snow piles on the houses. I will add this glitter on these snow piles as well. So to make it easier, before I die cut, I stick this scoring tape on the cardstock, and then I die cutted the images with this adhesive on the cardstock. This way, when I simply reveal the adhesive part, I will apply the glitter, and they will be with snow. I'm going to stick these little parts on my houses as if there is snow on them. And at this stage I'm going to stamp my sentiment. The sentiment is from the same stamp set. It's "We wish you a Merry Christmas." I'm bending a part of the sentiment on my stamping block. I want a little curve. I will stamp it with white Versa Magic ink pad. I want this to be really subtle because there is a lot going on at the rest of the page, and I want the eyes to be focused on those. As you see, I didn't get a very good impression, but it doesn't matter. As long as I have the main image that I can see, I can go over it with my white gel pen, and this is what I am doing here. And while I have my pen, I will give some more little stars, so I'm putting white dots all over the page. And I will place my mushrooms now with double-sided tape. It was not enough for me. I wanted to have some trees as well as a part of the scene, so I used this die cut that has little trees on it. It was really suitable for the page, so I cut some trees. I'm coloring my trees with two distress inks, Mauve Lawn and Pine Needles. I'm being really random here because after that I'm going to cover it with some snow, doing some embossing. So it will look more real if it's a little bit random. Again, I'm using my Versamark paint because I want the snow to be random, as if it stayed in some of the parts of the tree. I'm using the same embossing powder by Wow, Sparkling Snow. And I am sticking the trees on my page as well. As you see, the snow looks like it randomly stayed in some parts of the tree, just as I wanted. This time the village is complete. And the existing stars was not enough for me, so I'm adding a little bit more with liquid pearls. This will add a little bit dimension to the sky and it will look glossy. That's why I like it so much. And I'm adding a little bit glitter with Wink of Stella glitter pen to the wings of my fairies and to the windows. And last detail is the glossy accents that I will add on the windows to make them look more realistic. And here is the final look. It was a lot of effort with all the details and die cutting and coloring, but I really like how it looks now. All the efforts paid off. It looks like a fairy village. I hope you liked it as well and got inspired. If you did, please leave me a comment or don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe or share. That's how I know you like my videos. You can find the full list of supplies at the description area below or in my blog as well. And see you next time.